The clip opens with the unmistakable presence of Denzel Washington, a figure whose reputation alone commands silence. This is not just another celebrity interview. This is an icon stepping into a live television environment built on rhythm, timing, and control. Good Morning America is designed for smooth transitions and safe conversations, but from the very beginning, something feels different. The energy is sharper, heavier, charged with an unspoken edge that signals this moment will not follow the usual script. Denzel Washington carries decades of cinematic authority into the studio. Every movement feels deliberate. This is a man shaped by discipline, by craft, by an uncompromising commitment to truth and principle. The camera doesn't just capture him, it studies him. His posture, his expression, the intensity in his eyes all suggest someone deeply engaged, yet increasingly resistant to being boxed into a lightweight exchange. This is not a performance. This is authenticity under pressure. As the conversation progresses, the tone tightens. What begins as a standard promotional rhythm subtly shifts into something more confrontational. The pacing accelerates. The space between questions and responses grows heavier. The studio lights remain bright, but the emotional temperature rises fast. This is live television at its most dangerous, unscripted, unfiltered, and unforgiving. The real power of this moment lies in contrast. Good Morning America thrives on warmth, accessibility, and broad appeal. Denzel Washington embodies gravity, depth, and seriousness. When those two worlds collide, sparks are inevitable. The moment becomes less about a film or appearance and more about control, who sets the tone, who defines the narrative, and who refuses to compromise. Denzel's presence transforms the set. The usual morning show ease gives way to tension that can be felt through the screen. Viewers sense it instantly. This is the kind of energy that stops scrolling thumbs and demands full attention. Every second feels like it could tip into something unforgettable, and it does. Then comes the shift, the moment where restraint gives way to decision. Denzel Washington does not explode. He does not dramatize. Instead, he does something far more powerful. He withdraws. The act of disengaging becomes the statement. Standing up, stepping away, removing himself from the conversation sends a shock through the studio and straight into millions of living rooms. It is controlled, intentional, and devastatingly effective. This is the wow moment, the instant that transforms a morning show clip into viral history. A Hollywood titan choosing dignity over decorum. A live broadcast stripped of its safety rails. The camera follows, capturing the aftermath, the stunned stillness left behind. There is no soundtrack, no dramatic edit, yet it feels cinematic in the purest sense. Real stakes, real emotion, real consequences. What makes this moment resonate is not just the walk-off itself, but what it represents. It reflects the growing tension between depth and soundbite culture, between long-earned authority and fast-paced media expectations. Denzel Washington's decision feels symbolic, a rejection of being reduced, rushed, or repackaged for convenience. The internet reacts instantly. Headlines explode with words like, heated, clash, and, kicked off. Clips are reposted, reframed, slowed down, analyzed frame by frame. Supporters praise his refusal to play along. Critics debate whether walking away undermines conversation. The polarization fuels the moment's reach, pushing it beyond entertainment into cultural commentary. From a storytelling standpoint, the design of this incident is flawless. A legendary actor, a live national broadcast, rising tension without warning, a decisive, visual conclusion that leaves no room for indifference. This is how viral moments are born, not through spectacle alone, but through authenticity colliding with expectation. The emotional specs are undeniable. Authority meets format, integrity meets time pressure, silence becomes louder than words. The moment lingers because it feels real, unsanitized, and irreversible. It reminds audiences that even the most polished platforms can fracture when confronted with unfiltered truth. Long after the broadcast ends, the clip continues to circulate, not because of what was said, but because of what was done. Denzel Washington's exit becomes a symbol of boundaries, of self-respect, of an artist unwilling to dilute his presence for convenience. In an era obsessed with reaction, his calm withdrawal becomes the most powerful reaction of all. This is not just a controversial television moment. It is a collision between legacy and modern media machinery. A reminder that live TV still has the power to shock when authenticity enters the frame. And above all, it proves that sometimes the strongest statement is not delivered through words, but through the simple act of walking away, and letting the silence speak louder than anything else ever could.